Hello everybody, this is Fuse Stopper and welcome back to more Shovel Knight Specter of Torment. And before we continue on scaling up the tower like we are supposed to, just like to make a few things known. One, you can probably tell already, but I made my costume the original design and I got rid of our little fairy companion for the same reasons I did the other campaigns. It's the end of the story, some serious stuff in the story is going to happen, and I don't want to be looking all goofy. I want to look the way that Specter Knight usually looks. Time grows short, and with one last place to go, let's continue on the Tower of Fate. But we don't need the mirror this time. We just hop down to where we need to go. Easy enough. The only thing that's sad is I'm gonna miss our little fairy companion because, like, I never really, well, I say this a lot, but I never really mentioned that, like, they're so pointless. They don't do anything, but they're just like, it's nice to have like a little friend with you. In a way, because then when you die to spikes like that, it's not as embarrassing. Oh well, at least we're near the beginning. We shouldn't be in too much trouble. I almost just died again there. Okay, but what I could kind of talk about is like a little bit the story going on, like how, yeah, I'm sure you guys have noticed just as much as I've noticed when I first. No, as I was saying, however, I'm sure you guys noticed as much as I did on my first playthrough that this story isn't as happy. There's a lot more darker themes. Like the characters are generally darker. Like, for lack of a better term, this is just an edgier Shovel Knight story. Which doesn't necessarily make it a bad Shovel Knight story, because it's still lighthearted, it's still got funny moments. But you could definitely tell that, like, it's very, very dark and gloomy and depressing compared to the other adventures we had. The one, just the normal hero save the day, and then you have little Doctor just trying to get his love interest to love him while making the ultimate potion. But then you have this one where it's a sad story about death, betrayal. And we still got many parts to go to. I mean, we're at the climax of the story. Of course it's not going to be over just yet. No, but one thing I should mention, well, I don't need to, but one thing I'd like to mention is that you may have noticed, like, with the other levels, there were, like, a few similar returning areas, for lack of a better term, in the levels, like, special moments that, like, were in the other campaigns. But then you look at this and, like, it doesn't even resemble the Tower of Fate that was in the other campaigns. Like, this Tower of Fate is probably the best one we've seen so far. Mostly because it's different, and it's not just the same one. No, but it's definitely nice to have, like, a special final challenge for Specter Knight, because he was a unique knight. He's not like the other two. 3 if you include King Knight, but we're not there yet. He's very special, he's very unique, and he honestly, I've said this before, but he honestly made this treasure trove, like, trove of treasured games. Like, if it was just Plague Knight and Shovel Knight, I don't think this would have been as special or as worth of it as a purchase. But, you know, we got a nice, dark, edgy, easy to control character to end off. Well, not end off, because we still got one more campaign, but I'm just, like, delaying my thoughts over and over. I'm not trying to be this indecisive with my words, but we got a nice campaign to help introduce us into the next one, because we're still far from being over. But that's future talk. Let's continue focusing on this game. Now, one thing you probably notice is most levels typically have 10 skulls. This is one of the few exceptions. There is only 5 skulls in this level. We've already gotten 3 of them. So, don't worry about missing skulls. Because really, if you don't want the 100% reward, if you've been following along and you don't want the 100% reward, you already got all the skulls you'll need to collect the curios. So, you don't have to worry about anything. All that you get from now on is a completion reward for getting all of them, which I'll get to when I get to. And you also get... Man, I just... Okay, so hopefully not dying this time. As I was saying, basically, getting all the skulls not only gets you a completion reward... Well, that's the only thing it gets you. Never mind. I was just saying, if you had all the skull... If you were catching all the skulls up to this point... Yada yada yada, I lost my train of thought. You probably could figure out what I was trying to say anyways. Long story short, there's a reward if you get all of them. It's not just there for collecting purposes. Really, all it just gives you is money. If you don't collect... Well, if you collect all of them, you just get money and the completion reward. There's nothing else after you get all the curios. So really, I say they're worth going for, because unlike the Cypher coins in Plague Knight story, these ones are relatively less cumbersome to collect, because there's not like 30 a level, and if you miss one because it was hidden in the background, you're not completely screwed out of it. No, one thing I like about this level, though, is it kind of combines all, like the other campaigns, it combines all the central mechanics that the game offered. Like jumping into a ledge, in my case. Jumping into a ledge. No, jumping off of a ledge. Okay, I gotta fix my grammar. We don't need the money. I don't care enough. We're near the end anyways. We bought almost everything except for a few armor sets, and let's be honest, I didn't use like any of them. And who knows, maybe you guys in the comments can prove me wrong about the armor sets. Maybe you could prove to me that they're actually a lot more useful, but in all the campaigns, I just thought the armor sets didn't provide buffs worth it enough. Like, I get it. They can't make a buff that's required. Because if they made an armor set that was required, that'd be unfair to those who, like, maybe couldn't afford the armor set. But it also brings up the point where it's like, I think there's maybe, in this whole treasure trove, there's once... No, but as I was saying, in this whole treasure trove, including King Knights, which we're not at yet, I only found one set of armor useful, and that was the anti-knockback armor that was in the Shovel Knight campaign. Because, like... Because I get hit a lot, as you've seen, and usually that causes me to fall to my death. That's why I like the ability to not as easily fall to your death. But all the other armors were just like, okay, that's interesting. I'll use it like maybe once, or there's maybe like half a situation where I need it. But in the end, most of them just seem to be pointless. Let's continue on. Turn back, Donovan. I won't let you harm her. The time for words is over. Her fate is sealed, as was mine. But the boy, he may yet have a chance. Steel Eye Shovel. Hey, stealing your words from some blue fellow, aren't you, Specter Knight? So let's just throw up one of our sentries and actually use this guy. Because, will he be able to do a ton? Probably not. But he'll be able to help somewhat. Let's see if that will help. I think I actually have an item besides that will actually help a lot. Which one is it? I actually need to look at my tab because I can't remember which items do. Let's see. Which one? No. This is the one. Or not. Yeah, you don't really need... Like, don't worry if you don't have a specific curio. Because it's not needed. It just helps with this fight. Because he likes to jump up and fly on his rhino. I can't remember the name. Yeah, the rhino doesn't make a lot of appearances. That's why it's hard to remember his name. But his trusty sidekick, rhinoceros sidekick, will allow him to fly in the air. So it's nice to have an ability to knock him down. As you can tell, once you hit him once in the air, he will come back down for normal attack. So really, your ultimate strategy should be to wall climb to go after him. But might as well use the Curios if we can. Terrapin! Forgive me, but I will be stalled no longer. Now, with that, I think that means that the path to the Enchantress is now open. So, next time in Shovel Knight, Specter of Torment, we take back what's rightfully ours. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one. See you all next time.